there was something on here. We were talking about profit and science. Somebody was talking about corporate science. You know, we talk about there's a difference between science and corporate science. I think we just need to throw out the whole term corporate science. I don't think there's anything that's even that you just got science. You don't have corporation science. Now, I like to think about things at a principle level, at a root level. I mean, you tell me what you think. Science, first of all, is never settled. Never settled. Second of all, it's a dynamic, changing thing. It changes with knowledge. It changes with information. It changes with making a position, finding out you made a mistake, and you roll back to it. It changes, and I'm a computer scientist, right? I'm not a biological fit, any of that, but it's the same thing. You have a methodology for solving problems. It's never settled, right? You make a new technology, somebody figure out how to do this. They make a new light. You can look into this. You do this because you think it's helping kids. You find out it's not. It's never settled. Business, corporations, right? Their bottom line is the bottom line, profit. It has to be settled, right? They can't sell a product unless they know something for sure. And after they build up the manufacturing and the trade deals and got this coming in and spend millions for this or billions for that, got the factories, hire employees, got all the job descriptions, get everybody going, making a product, got the deals in retail, got it going out to the retail, got it going to the doctors. Once it's there, it needs stability. Right? It doesn't do well with changing things. It's not a dynamic thing. Profit and greed need to be locked in. And the way my mind is working, I'm thinking at the core level, these two things principally are anti to each other. They're antithesis. Is that a big word? Antithesis. I need to drink more smoothie. Anti something, not Antifa, but damn it, something like that. Right, you're kind of smart. Not in everything. These words, these palabras, brother, be challenged with. They're anti to each other. One requires dynamic. Oh, no, and the other one, science is public, right? The only way it happens if it's peer reviewed, it's public, everybody looks at it, everybody sees the data, everybody scrutinizes, all of us contribute because we, in the comment sections, we don't pretend to be scientists. We give our data, our experience while I drink smoothies, I don't get sick. I don't wash my hands, I don't get sick. I don't wear masks, I don't get sick. You put that in the conversation and in the scientific mind churns that data with the experiment and they come to an educated, intellectual, professional result, right? But science is public. It's not hidden. It's not dark. Profit, corporation, they need secrecy. Right? They're making a product. They got trade secrets. They don't want their partners to make it. So they operate in the dark. And every way I think about it, you literally cannot have money involved with real science in any way. Once you add a penny, it's no longer science. It's no longer science. At that point, it needs stability, right? It doesn't want to be public. It doesn't want to be known. Right? And all this is feeding together in that discussion of, yeah, we need to put the whole HIV/AIDS thing back on the table. You have enough doctors that are raising questions. And unfortunately, doctors were made to be silenced. Right? That's how this worked. Doctors were made. The problem with doctors, they were the kids who wanted to fix everybody. That's the damn problem. You know how they get your boo-boo? You know, when you're a little kid, you're riding your bike, your big wheel, your green machine, whatever it is, you kind of get that skid. Rocks get to falling and flopping, and you didn't see that little pothole in the street because you got a government on never fix the potholes. You, as a kid, you skid, and you hit that pothole, boom, and the big wheel flip over, flip over. You know you done. You got the boo boo and everything. And before your mama get there, that little girl come up the street. I get your boo boo. Like you don't know what you're doing. I know what I'm doing. Always want to help. Always want. These are doctors and nurses. This is where they came from. And they get to licking that little tissue and rubbing your boo-boo and you're like rubbing their germs and all up in your cut and getting the rocks and dirt and everything. Who are always looking to help, right? That's that passion. This is why I'm not against doctors and nurses. I am against secrecy in doctors and nurses. I'm against the AMA because it stops them from saying things they gotta say. They so out there. Been wiping boo-boos, they've been putting spit and everything. It's not in your cut, signed it. Thank you everybody for joining in. And I'm gonna join you in a minute. I'm gonna join. I didn't sign it yet. I'm gonna sign it. I didn't sign. I know I told y'all to sign it. I'm gonna sign it. I have a lot of things I'm doing. Leave me alone. I'm gonna sign it. It's gonna be 75,001 when I'm done with this. I'm definitely gonna sign it. Guess what? Guess what? Would you guess that 3,000 people on that list are medical doctors? Medical doctors. Medical. I gotta say medical because sometimes I call people doctors and they just PhDs. They doctors of elephant science. Medical doctors. 3,000 have signed the Fire Fauci petition. That should tell you everything that you need to know about the medical industry, the doctors who don't believe in it. They can't speak up. If they did, they lose their license. They can't act like healers. They can't tap into that passion of licking a leaf and rubbing it in your boo-boo. They can't do it. They have to do what they're told. And that was necessary. You had to create a licensing structure to stop doctors from being healers, because then if they did, you wouldn't have a pharmaceutical industry. You wouldn't have a multi-trillion-dollar pharmaceutical industry if doctors could say it's half the stuff that the nurses over here say. The ones that are doing hashtag video your hospital, hashtag film your hospital, the ones that are like balance and reason, and the ones who realize that on your job description, the most important line will not appear, which is your obligation to the human race, your obligation to that passion, your obligation to saying very truthful things. When your industry or your company is dirty, you have to whistleblow. All right. And so on the whole HIV AIDS, because I think this is going to be I think it's going to be contentious, and I'm curious and I can't wait to see the results, but we have to make it viral. They can't do it. The doctors who are raising questions can't do it. Dr. Shiva is actually calling for a public debate with Fauci and somebody else, and Shiva wants to bring the scientists with him, one of the ones who talked about this a long time ago. That discussion needs to be had, and only we can make it viral. Like, that's our job. Our job is to post things so that everybody knows that this is under question and this needs to be addressed. And it does need to be addressed, because mostly, like I said, the people I know who have it, they don't speak up. They don't say anything. They're afraid to speak up for themselves for obvious reasons. We are a bigoted criminal society, and we shun people to make them quiet. You got to play. You know, I want to play this real quick. I just want to give you the points of why they're saying they need to have this discussion. And it would be great if we didn't have just a Fire Fauci campaign, but make Fauci debate this man campaign, because Fauci was involved in this from the very beginning. And this could be the end. This is my hope. I'm telling you, I'm hoping on this. I'm hoping if we don't get nothing else out of all of this nonsense, we collapse the pharmaceutical industry. I hope the whole medical industry, we collapse it and we give it to doctors and nurses in some sort of an open source fashion. Like, imagine if the medical industry was open source. Like, I know I say we socialize medicine. I don't know anything about that. I haven't seen socialism all over this world, and they ain't never really worked out too well yet. Neither has capitalism, neither has communism. But the idea that medicine is being done in the dark is a problem. At its very core value, the idea that things that can save people's lives are being done secretly has to stop. It has to be public. It has to be open sourced. All right, let me see if I can. I gotta go to my thread, because I think I told everybody where to start. And this was a phenomenal video. You can watch the whole thing, but at 25:50 on this interview is where she asked him about the whole HIV, what's going on with this thing. And this is important. You know, we're gonna have increasingly more problems with flu season if we don't help out the people who are immunocompromised. We're gonna have big problems. And unfortunately, I tell everybody, drink your smoothies, be organic, get out there in the dirt, do your grounding, and all of that is spot on point. But there are some people who need a lot more help than that. And we need to make sure that we help them. We need to make sure that they were scammed. Like, a lot of accusations have been thrown, and that bothers me. It bothers me. I wanna know if that accusation is true about New York and what happened with the Hep B. That Hep B had something in it that brought about this condition. These are things that we need to know. It's like with the whistleblowers and the UFOs and aliens and all of that stuff, free energy. when accusations are made against a governmental organization and they don't respond to it, I got a problem. All right, so check this out. And this was a great interview. You should watch the whole thing. It's 45 minutes, so I'm not gonna play the whole thing. I posted it. It is phenomenal. This is a Dr. Shiva video that does need to go viral. I thank you for sharing it.
And they took his money.
And you're doing a great job here calling them out. Final question here. After our last discussion, a lot of our viewers had questions about your statement that HIV does not cause AIDS. Can you explain that statement to our viewers?
Yeah, it's very important people understand this, okay? Tens of millions of people, 60, you can look at the percentage. I haven't looked at it. A large proportion of people in Zambia, for example, have HIV. HIV is a virus, okay? It's not like a small little virus. It appears in many bodies. Lots of Africans have it. We don't have epidemics of people dying. The reality is, getting back to this point, if you go look at it, Peter Duesberg, everyone should look at Peter's work. Peter was one of the earliest members to the National Academy of Science. I think if not the youngest. He was one of the earliest tenured professors at Berkeley. Peter was an eminent guy. He was a discoverer of the oncogene. When the HIV/AIDS causality, remember, these guys are always trying to tie some little microbe. It's like a district attorney always trying to find some criminal, okay? Trying to associate always a virus or a bacteria with a crime, right? In this case, AIDS. Well, what is AIDS? AIDS is acquired immune deficiency syndrome. It's when your T cell count in your body goes below a certain level. Well, when you look at the first set of AIDS cases that came, and Peter Duesberg and others were the first to point this out, well, it turns out a preponderance of them, 80-90% of them were gays who were taking amyl nitrates. And remember, it was a time in American history where there was lots and lots of drugs, people partying all night. One gay guy would have maybe 1,500 lovers. Okay, this is not politically incorrect. It was a fact. Lots of partying, people were compromising their immune system. Amyl nitrates, nearly 200 papers written showing how it compromises the immune system. The second group of people who were getting blood transfusions, well, it's not the blood, it's the fact that they were getting immunosuppressive drugs. And the third group of people were, heavy IV drug users, okay? Those three groups of people destroy their immune systems. Well, they go find this virus, HIV. By the way, many of those people had many other viruses. And the CDC, at that time at least, even now, doesn't keep great data. So they associated, this virus goes with this. And Robert Gallo, the guy who did enormous amount of scientific misconduct at the time, and people can go look at his name, he created the HIV test. He's the one who stole data from the French. And guess who came to his rescue? Fauci. Fauci came to his rescue. Gallo went into the back end, and then Fauci came up on the forefront promoting the HIV causality with AIDS. Again, let's debate this. Let's call all the scientists together. Let's have a discussion about, does HIV cause AIDS? There's a set of postulates called Koch's postulates. Kochs. What is Koch's postulates? Koch's postulates was designed around the time by Robert Koch at the time of the germ theory. And Koch's postulates basically say that in order to say that this virus or this bacteria causes this disease, Christina, you have to show at least four things. One, you have to find an abundance, not a little bit, but an abundance of that virus in the host where the disease is, okay? Step one. Step two, you have to be able to culture that virus in a petri dish. And then third, you have to inject it into another, let's say, animal, and it should get the exact same symptoms as the other one, as the original. And then you should be able to culture it back. Well, they haven't been able to do this with the HIV/AIDS stuff. And in fact, if you look at many of these diseases, they haven't been able to do it. They try. It's called virus hunters. After polio, after the big polio vaccine came, right, and went, all these virus hunters were looking for a new job. And then what they did, they said, viruses also cause cancer, retroviruses. And the leader, one of the founders of that was Peter Duesberg, oncogenes. He's a guy who discovered a retrovirus, but he even said this is nonsense, okay? So what you have is you have virus hunters, bacteria hunters, like district attorneys who want to pin every crime on somebody, even though they may not have done that crime. And that's what big pharma, big vaccines want to do. So it's fear-based medicine.
Are you listening to what he's saying? Are you picking up what he's putting down? So the thing is that, how we talk about core principle stuff, right? So if at the core you make profit from the problem, then there always has to be a problem, right? Whether it's military industrial complex, DEA, Schedule 1, whatever, big pharma, big anything, big Twinkie, same damn thing. If your money comes from there being a problem, then in order to make money, in order to retire, you got to find problems, right? And that's one thing if it's one person. It's another thing if it's a whole industry of thousands of people, right? And so based on what I'm hearing, the science is not settled. They didn't even do the causal loop. They just fed us something because they wanted to sell something, right? That's not settled. That's not science. That's called advertising. That's called this happened. 1 + 2 does not necessarily, or 1 + 1 does not necessarily equal 2, but we're gonna say it's 2 because we have a cure for 2. We have something where we can sell it to you for life. It will immunocompromise you and cause big problems when flu season happens. It'll expose you to all these other problems. It'll pump up the medical system. We'll make money hands over foot, but it actually isn't solving a problem. And this is why I love this guy, right? Because he's an engineer. He has an analytical mindset. Like I said, I don't fit in well here because I'm an analyst. If it doesn't make sense to me, I'm not going to say, hey, yeah, that's 2. That's not 2. 1 + 1 does not equal 2. Now, they're not saying that they know the cause that I know of and the scientists that he's talking about. But he's saying that there is no causality there, that they already had a product on the other end they're trying to sell you. And we've seen this scam before. We saw this scam with this for-profit medical system with cardiovascular disease. The #1 pandemic around the world all year round. 365 days a year, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week is cardiovascular disease and diabetes. Things that come from profits in your grocery store, profitable things in your grocery. They did die with that, right? They told you, oh, it's animal fat, trans fat, this fat, that fat, this fat, that fat, this fat, blah, 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 blah. Even the vegans jumped in it. My people, the vegans, vegetarians, everybody my people, but that's not the point. We jumped in it. Well, not me, but just us as a group. Oh yeah, it's got to be the fat. Stop killing animals. Animals. Carol Baskin's a good lady. And it gets away with itself because it fulfills that need to attach your identity to some crap. Remember yesterday, poo-poo? Eating poo-poo on a salad? That's poo-poo on a salad, right? But come to find out, the 2 doctors said, oh no, it's not fat. Yeah, cholesterol is found at the scene of the crime, as they put it. But the conversation started with sugar. Sugar is the cause of diabetes and cardiovascular disease. And they wrote that book, The Cholesterol Myth. I buy that book for everybody at Christmas. Why? Because they still portray this narrative, but these 2 doctors are breaking it down. People are still eating sugar, but they're taking statin drugs their entire life. And the statin drugs, last time I checked, I try to stay away from idiots and fools and big pharmas, but last time I checked, that was the most profitable drug in their fleet at the time, this statin class of drugs. Because just like with HIV/AIDS, they got that AZT and other stuff that they can sell you, they convince you to buy it for a lifetime, right? So you got elderly people, and a lot of us got family members doing this, taking these statin drugs for a lifetime instead of changing their diet. Right? They've been convinced if they're over 50, they gotta be on a statin drug. So we've seen this scam before. This scam has been rolled out so many times, and I only know 2, right? But this is the problem with having a for-profit medical system. You cannot have that. And the left is right about that. I'm gonna tell you what they wrong on. Oh, y'all wrong as hell. I don't know. I have no idea why y'all are still fighting Trump on this. Y'all making Trump into a superstar, and I'm sick of it. Trump is just a Trump. I'm not on any sides of this debate, this argument, this silly, dramatic nonsense where y'all can't even talk about the cuckoo flu right. All right, he was right on this. I think the left is right. You can't have for-profit medicine. They is wrong as hell on the cuckoo virus. Trump got it from the very beginning. He was right. He was right. He was right. He was right. I need some more microphones. Right. You was wrong. This is the problem with taking something that's common damn sense, known and freaking from the beginning of time. How old are you? You were born in America. You know this is that birth here was a conspiracy. That man was right from the very beginning. It's flu season. You done gave up your economy because you hate the man. Stop hating the man. Hate ain't great. Makes you stupid. All right? Same thing with the climate change. When you attach your love and hate for somebody to to a political thing and you ignore the science, ignore the mathematics, ignore just anything that's common sense, it's always gonna make you look stupid. Please stop making Donald Trump look like the smartest damn man in Washington, ever. Can you stop? Please, ever? They still with that, they still picking on. And I'm just like, oh, his ego is just, oh, he about to pop. He said, boom! When y'all really actually look at the statistics and realize there's no data confirming anybody's died of the cuckoo virus. None! None! And the data that's there is corrupt. But most people don't know that. That's why they're sitting at home going crazy. Like, they're out in public, they gonna die, they're gonna die, they're protesting, they gonna die. Out there in Michigan and Kentucky and who else out there? We ain't get Pennsylvania out. That's why I got to get the hell out of here. I gotta go. They're gonna die. They're protesting and coughing and sneezing. They got masks and gloves. They're gonna get everybody sick and we're all gonna become zombies. And then I Am Legend. And then we're gonna have to shoot people in their heads because they're zombies. And I'm just like, y'all need to stop listening to that damn media. It just makes you stupid. That's all it does. It makes you. There is a pandemic in America. Oh, it's a pandemic. It damn sure ain't biological. It's psychological. Stop watching the media. Keep calm. Keep calm. Calm down. Things tend to work out. He was right on that. He's wrong on other things. Right on that. But you know what? But here's what he was wrong on. I ain't giving y'all too much credit now. Oh no, you know me. Oh no. I give you a little bit. I gotta take it back. Give you a little bit. Take it back. Give you a little bit. Take it back. Oh no, I gotta take it back. He wrong on the fact that he went along with it. He wrong on that fact. He went along with it. Because at first he was like, oh, it's flu season. It's flu season. And they got him convinced to shut down the country. That was his first mistake. Oh no, you messed up then. You done gave up the whole GDP of the country. They're looting this country. Oh, they are looting it. The banks don't know what to do. They so happy. And now he's still going along with it. If he was smart as I need him to be, he would be like, hell no, y'all crazy as hell. We open a nation right now. That's what I need him to do. I need him to just step up, pick up Dr. Shiva and Dr. Rashid Buttar, Newt Wingham, get all that data together and say, nope, these people saying we crazy, we stupid, we getting grandmama killed by not letting flu season be flu season. We are not getting herd immunity. I don't care nothing about the big pharma. If they losing money, that's their problem. It's not our problem. They want to do mandatory vaccines. I know they purchased that from the Democrats and the Republicans. I'm not doing it. Open the country right now, right now. That's what they need to do. That's where he's wrong. He's wrong there again. But you need to get a clue. Because we are part of this too. It's easy to blame the stupid reporters and stupid Democrats. We're not stupid, ignorant. It's easy to do that. What are you doing? Are you waking people up? Are you sharing? Are you liking, subscribing? Not my stuff. You could like, Shiva, and share him. Are you calming down? Are you escalating? Are you getting more scared? Are you tying into the fear, creating more of a problem? Because the media, they're doing this stuff because we go along with it, because you watch it. They're a for-profit organization like everything else. No, to answer the question. So who asked me that? So I'm going to be 30? No, I ain't going to be 30. You crazy? Yeah, April 19th is my birthday. You going to be 30? No. Trust the science, girl. Trust the science. Then I ain't going to be no damn 30. No, because then they say you got to be on some drugs or something. No. Every doctor I meet, how old are you? Look young. 29. Damn it, 29. I ain't never moving past 29. And next year I'm going to be 29 and I'm not even going to be 29 and a half. Nope. Not going to do it. I shouldn't even be 29. I should be 26, to be honest with you. I got that from my witch friends. They always say they're 29, so I roll with that. I should roll with 26, because what does the science say about that? You're at 26, you got the frontal lobe, but some of your stem cells might still be active, right? It's a psychological thing. Don't be on here hating. He lied. He in the forehead. Shut up. I love you. You try to get me killed, man. I'm on a nation, people coughing up cuckoo flus and making all kind of new viruses and STDs coming out their mouths and their ears and stuff. Don't put that on me. You take that hex and put that on somebody else.